All right, hello everyone, Adrenaluke here. Welcome all to episode 6 of Dirty Driving ACC, the series where I expose dirty drivers. I have 10 dirty drivers to expose today, and we're going to rank them, and 10th place being the least dirty of the bunch, to first place being the most dirty. That means the longer you watch this video, it's going to progressively become more of a circus. Let's get right into it. And 10th place is going to go to this Ferrari right here. Let me change the camera angle for you guys. And you already just got a glimpse of what happened, but let's just show it here. So, we're going to slow it down. Watch closely here. So we're 3 wide going across the turn. Not quite 3 wide anymore as I go in front of this Ferrari. But he hits me once there. My car's already spinning, but I could save it if it wasn't for... the BMW kind of hits me there, and then the Ferrari hits me 2 more times, but then the Ferrari turns into the BMW there, and then spins the BMW. So the main culprit here is definitely the Ferrari. And then he just drives away as if nothing happened. Meanwhile, both me and the BMW were spun. So let's watch that one more time. Again, the 3 of us are trying to make our way through this turn here at Zolder. And the Ferrari makes 3 bits of contact with me and 1 bit of contact with the BMW. There's 1 hit there. And while I'm spinning, there's a 2nd hit, and then a 3rd hit, and then he turns right into the BMW, spinning him as well. Oh. But that's the least dirty of today's episode, so that should give you an idea of what's in store for the rest of the 9 other drivers. Taking the 9th place spot, we are at Monza. I really don't think you can ever have a clean race here if you're in a public lobby. Now for reference, coming up to the first braking zone, you're supposed to brake right at about the 150 marker, or even a little bit after that. So you're supposed to brake at 150, and this guy started braking right before 300. So watch his taillights, watch where he starts slowing down before the 300. And so if we get an overhead view, look at what kind of chaos he causes because of that. Let me go overhead, and just look at this. Look at this. This is why you don't brake 150 meters early, guys. He brakes way too early, and because of that, everyone runs into everyone, and there's this big pile up, lots of carnage right at the start, people swerving. Just very, very chaotic. Come on, guys. Don't brake 150 meters early. Taking the 8th place spot, we're at Paul Ricard now. It's kind of like Monza, where it's guaranteed to have chaotic starts in public lobbies. So watch this 117 car, this Porsche. Look, 1, 2, 3 hits there, and then 4. Now pause. Let's pause for a second. Look at what's ahead of him. There's a sideways car. That Porsche is sideways ahead of him. What do you think he's gonna do? Do you think he's gonna slow down, try to turn around him? No, of course not. Let's slow this down and watch how I don't even think he brakes, if I remember right. So slow this down. Oh, he does brake a little bit, but definitely not enough. But he lets go of his brakes. So he lets go of his brakes and just plows the Porsche out of the way. So I think that's what. Was that 6 bits of contact now? I think I've lost count. But it goes on even further. So yeah, he hits that Lamborghini there too. So that's about 7 bits of contact there. More chaos ahead of him. Almost doesn't give that McLaren enough room. But it gets even more spicy up here. We're going to see an 8th bit of contact right there. Let's go back a little bit and watch that. So he just cuts right across this turn and just T-bones that BMW super hard. Oh my gosh. I think that's 8 bits of contact now. But that's not even all. Later on in the same race, we're seeing this same number 117 Porsche, all 4 wheels off the track on the straight, and he just rejoins right into that Lamborghini there. He doesn't slow down to rejoin behind him. This is a careless driver. It's a careless driver, pure and simple. We've seen him make, I've completely lost count. I think 8 bits of contact, 9 contact, way too much contact for one race, and I think it's all in the same first lap also. Let's move on. In 7th place, we have another Porsche. This time we're at Nürburgring. I'm in the black Lamborghini ahead. We're approaching the chicane. Now watch this. The Porsche is going to just absolutely send it, cut through the chicane, and then hit me. In 6th place, we're at Barcelona. Watch this. We're coming across the final turn. This number 30 Audi's just going to go right into that McLaren. And then he spun, and that Honda then hits him and collects into it. So let's watch that a little bit more. Let's slow it down this time. See, this is just ridiculous. When you're taking the inside of a turn, you got to sacrifice some throttle. This guy, he doesn't really care. He just turns all the way to the outside until he collides with that McLaren. You had so much time to lift and stay on the inside. There's really no excuse for that. So that's why he takes the 6th place spot in today's episode. All right, we're in the top 5 now. Believe me when I say the top 5 gets juicy. We're at Paul Ricard. Watch this number 21 Audi. There's going to be another one put on the side of him, and he just does that. Really not sure why he does that. And there's really not much to say about this other than that he's just a typical idiot that you'll find in public lobbies. In 4th place, we are at Monza yet again. Watch this. This Lamborghini goes off the solid white line, so now he's off track limits. Well, let's see how his rejoin is. He rejoins right into everybody. He shouldn't have even gone across the solid white line in the first place. That white line is there for a reason, but regardless, that rejoin he did was even worse. Let's get an overhead view, and let's see how bad this looks from overhead. Oops. Let's see this from overhead then. So he goes across the white line, merges right into everybody. Look at all this chaos, and it's all caused because of the stupidity of one person. And that pretty much sums up public lobbies. But before we move on to the top 3, I just want to show you one more thing about this race start. And it goes to the number 11 car, if I can find it. Where is the number? There we go, the number 11 car. So, while we have that Lamborghini doing his own stupidity, this Audi also contributed with his own stupidity. So watch this. We're going into turn 1, and this Audi right up here does not even brake. His taillights did not even light up until now when he's way over there. So watch this again. Let's slow it down. This number 11 Audi, right over here. You're supposed to brake right there. And look, he goes 50 meters past where you're supposed to brake. He's past the 100 board now. Still flying towards that McLaren. Almost at the 50 board. Still wasn't braking. Not even when he got super close to him did he even touch his brakes. I question if that was intentional. Is he just one of those kids who thinks it's funny? I really don't know, because this is so bizarre. He's just the whole time, you're supposed to be on your brakes way long ago, but he just goes flying towards them, doesn't even brake. So these poor souls up here that managed to survive the chaos behind them now have to deal with this idiot who doesn't even touch his brakes. It's like you survived the first wave of chaos, but then you have to deal with a different moron. I mean, that again sums up public lobbies. But it's about to get even worse. Brace yourselves for the top 3. All right, everybody, get your popcorn ready. Here is our top 3 for today's episode. Watch this. We're in the rolling start, the pace lap, and already this BMW goes way off the track and hits the barrier and then rejoins. But this is the pace lap. Like, how can you do that? So it's already just... guys, I'm at a loss for words. But it gets even worse. Watch this. When the race starts, you guys aren't going to believe what this guy does. You're not going to believe this. So watch this. He goes way slow, brake checks somebody right behind him, and causes a massive pileup because of this. And you already know that we've got to see an overhead view of this. Look at all the carnage that he caused. It's the stupidity of one person. Every time, man, it's always one person. Let's get an overhead view of this. We've got to get an overhead view of this. There we go. So he slows way down. Watch it, look at that! He slowed way down and then hit his brakes right in front of somebody, and now all of this chaos because of him. Why? Why would you do that? And then you can see me over there. I'm in the number 3 car. And there's another thing I want to point out before we move on to the second place spot. Gosh, why can't I find my car? Where is the number 3? Okay, there we go. So, here's me, and me and this other McLaren are just innocently trying to just get ourselves facing the right direction again. So look at this. Me and that McLaren right there, we're just trying to turn around, and then, despite that, look at who's leaving pit lane. Look at this Mercedes over there. He's just going to come in like, move, get out the way. He doesn't even bother trying to avoid us. Let's see that from the Mercedes perspective if we can. Okay, I don't really know what number car he is. We're just going to do that. So he's just now leaving pit lane, and he sees people trying to turn back around, and he's just going to plow through both of us. That's like the cherry on top. That is the cherry on top. As if this wasn't enough stupidity for one clip already to begin with the BMW just going off the whole track on the pace lap and then hitting the barrier. That was like a mile off the track, by the way, when you're going at the slow speeds of the pace lap. And then he's going at a reasonable pace until we go green flag, and then he goes almost at a dead stop, causes a pile up, and then and then this guy leaving the pits just this guy started from the pits. This guy started his race back here. So when all that chaos is unfolding outside of him and he sees all of that, this big pile up, he's just now entering the track for the first time, and he leaves pit lane and just goes bam bam, get out of my way. So he just contributes his own stupidity right off the bat. This is just, I don't even know what to say about it. Oh my gosh. I think you guys can see why this clip has made it into the top 3. Oh my goodness. Moving on. Taking the second place spot, we are at Monza yet again. Now notice how this number 29 lime green Lamborghini just flies past everyone right at the rolling start, where we haven't even gone to the green flag yet of the race. Just another classic staple of public lobby racing online, especially if they don't have a safety rating requirement. But anyways, since we are at Monza, let's not forget the chaos at the start, because every single race you do in a public lobby at Monza is guaranteed to have chaos at the start. So I'm willing to bet that there's going to be chaos at the start. Let's see if I'm right. Let's get it in this view. Let's go to where it goes to a green flag. And we're just going to watch the chaos unfold because we're starting a race on a public lobby at Monza. So let's see this. Yep, there we go. Here we go. There we go. How many people are involved in this one? My gosh. There was what, like 8 people involved in that? And then we go to the first chicane. Oh, yep. Wow. What did I tell you? Public lobbies at Monza. Jeez. Now, do you remember the number 29 car? The one who flew past everyone at the start. Let's check on him. Let's see what he's doing. Oh, so he flew past everyone, but now he's slowing way down. Interesting. So see, when people go by him, now he speeds up. He's going to cut through the whole chicane, and he missed a Jaguar, so he wasn't able to hit him there. But he doesn't stop there. So when he gets further ahead, oh, look at that, a brake check. And then the Aston Martin goes by, and then he just turns into the Jaguar, forcing him off the track. Now he's going to get right behind him again. And we're coming towards Ascari up here. And what is he going to do? Yeah, he just cuts through the whole grass there, and then cuts through all the gravel, and then the grass again. And then just continues on his merry ways, if that was a legal move. Bravo. Just, wow. And that was sarcasm, by the way. Definitely don't congratulate actions like this. And what the heck, the Aston Martin just rear-ended him for whatever reason, but yeah, that's why this guy takes the second place spot. Oh, okay. Wow, I didn't even know he did that. It's a good thing I kept the camera rolling then. But yeah, that's why he takes the second place spot in today's episode. Before I reveal the number 1 spot for the dirtiest driving in today's episode, how about a bonus clip? This is AI, not online, but AI. We're at Mount Panorama GT4. Now watch this Audi. He goes extremely slow, and then he cuts in the direction of where I am. Cuts me off, and then he does it again. Watch this. What is he doing? And then he keeps pushing me against the wall there. And then some other AI just parks right behind him, even though there's no one to the right, and they just don't even move. I'm so confused. So again, the AI goes extremely slow down here. Didn't hit the wall or anything. He just cuts right in front of me, and then he does it a second time. Why is he going this slow, and why is he cutting right in front of me? This is very weird why the AI would be doing this. It's just very bizarre behavior for the AI. Again, this was not online, so that's why this was a bonus clip. And here we are, the #1 filthiest driver in today's episode. I'm following behind this number 888 white Lamborghini, and he does so much carnage throughout the time I encountered him online. Here is the first incident. I go to the left side of him, and right when we're up at this turn, he just turns right into me, shoves my car way off the track. But this is only the first incident with him. So it doesn't stop there. Watch the same number 888 Lamborghini on the left side of SRE Boss here in this white Ferrari. Watch, once again, he gives no room, turns right into him, even though SRE Boss already had the inside, and that forces SRE Boss into the grass. Just very poor awareness of his surroundings. I don't really know, but this guy has repeat offenses. But right after he hits him, watch the Lamborghini then. Doesn't even want to stay on the track and figures, oh, I'm just going to cut through all of this. There was no reason to take evasive action there, so that's another dirty move in my book. But it doesn't even stop here. Watch this. He's going to do a pit maneuver right on that McLaren. Right on JP Destub 007. He does a pit maneuver right on him. So that's what? The third instance of dirty driving you've done now? Just absolutely despicable. Absolutely despicable. And you won't believe that it doesn't even stop here. Watch this. This McLaren, the same one who got spun by him in a different race, is now behind the same guy, the same Lamborghini. Once again, look at this. He brakes right there. Why would you brake there? Anyone who knows this track, you are not supposed to brake at that turn at all. So let's watch this again. Let's put it in slow motion. So this is a turn that you are supposed to fly through. It's a very fast-paced turn. He waits until the McLaren is right up there, and then he hits his brakes. That is a brake check. That is a brake check. And that's against the same McLaren that he did a pit maneuver on just the one race prior to this race. And so you got to wonder, is this guy doing this on purpose? He's done a pit maneuver on this McLaren, and now he just brake checked him. In a turn where you're absolutely not supposed to brake. At all. And when he brake checked him, guess who was right behind that? Me. And because of this, during a high-speed turn, I had to hit my brakes, which causes my car to spin. Because I was right behind this, and I did not expect that Lamborghini 2 cars ahead of me to just hit his brakes. And so right here, I'm coming up fast, but I hit my brakes because that idiot up there hit his. And so then I spin, I lose control, and then I slam into the barrier. So he's not only brake checked that McLaren, but he also just ruined my race. When I don't even have anything to do with whatever beef they have going on up there. So then I hit the barrier really hard, and then I have to repair my car, but it doesn't even stop here. This Lamborghini continues his rampage. Let's go back to the number 888 Lamborghini, and I'll show you what happens further down this race. Here we go. Same place that he forced me off the track. Watch this. That poor white McLaren, again, is to the side of him, and look at this. Gives him no room, hits him off. Let's see it from the McLaren's perspective now. The guy has a bad habit of just not leaving any room for people, so he's right next to him and just turns right into him. Now, sure, that wasn't really hard contact or anything, but just the frequency of incidents that Lamborghini is involved in is ridiculous. What was this, like the 6th incident and just one entry? I mean, I'm just blown away by it. We've done, I think, 2 races here, and out of 2 races, this guy has done so much. It's ridiculous. And that's why he takes the #1 spot for the dirtiest driver of episode 6. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to smash that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't, because there's more content on the way. Race fast, race clean, and I'll see you all in the next video.